What's crack-a-lackin', my shiznits? Hope you're all having a great day. Well, welcome to episode 0 of Building Morrowind in Minecraft. This is a little project I've started just by myself. Hope probably only stay that way anyway. But I thought might as well make a let's build out of it, because there'd probably be some people out there who'd like to see it. Won't actually do any building today, but I'll go over a little bit about myself, a little bit about my connection to Morrowind, connection to Minecraft, and a little bit about the project. Well, so let's get started. My name's Glenn. I'm 19. You can call me whatever you want, though. I like Morrowind, and I like Minecraft, obviously. I also like Dungeons and Dragons, music, drawing, the works. But, my connection to Morrowind, it's probably like 6, 7, 8, around that ballpark. When I first started playing Morrowind, it was one of my dad's favorite games, and he naturally showed it to me, and I loved it too. Playing Morrowind for a while, preaching its wisdom, how it's a great game to as many as I can find who will listen. I've always wanted to build a Morrowind in Minecraft back since, I think it was probably like 1.6 or 1.7. I decided I wanted to do it. Been playing Morrowind, Minecraft, since 1.2.5, and never looked back since. So yeah, this is a little bit of what I've got of Balmora. Actually, this is my second attempt building Balmora. I had started and accomplished the little bridges here, up to the gate, all the gate. I had built a silt strider here originally. I still might add one in. I don't know. I might do one for the other towns if I ever get to them. Originally it was just these two buildings here. I think. No, I hadn't gotten that one yet. It was just these two buildings, the wall, and the outside decor. Before I realized, and I'll get to it shortly, how I did it. The mountains, when I generated them, were too short. So I had to scrap everything, redo all the terrain generation, raise the mountains a bit, and brought it back. They're still a little shorter than I would like them, but it's good enough. So how I got the terrain. All the terrain is game accurate. I used a height map from Morrowind, put it into a program called World Painter. I did double the size just to make it closer to Minecraft block scale. And so far it seems to be just about right. Then from there, I have been doing full interiors. For the interiors, I use the official construction kit that came with the CDs back in the day to make sure all the details are right, or at least as close as I can get them with the limitations of Minecraft. So yeah, everything's here, terrain-wise. No trees. That's why in the version I'm playing in right now, I've got World Edit. I don't know how I'm gonna go about doing the trees just yet. If I'm gonna build them custom and then copy and paste, or if I'm just gonna use some pre-built trees to save time. The ones you see around here I've hand-built, obviously. I'm not too proud of them, but they do their job. So yeah, I will show you around a few select interiors of Balmora. We'll travel over to our destination for the official episode 1. And we'll leave it there. So this is, get down the street. This is Balmora, just as you'd see it. This building is a little too far from the road. Didn't scale it just as I would like to, but It was the first building I built here, so I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to scale up, but it's all good. And here's one of the taverns. I like this interior a lot. Well, the reason I decided to pick up the project again is now with 1.16, we have these blue lights. And I will show a little bit with how it looks in shaders, because I was messing around with the shader options, and I can make the emissive light blue. And that's what inspired me to start, try and redo the project, is seeing the blue lantern specifically. I thought that would look great in Morrowind, because half the interiors have used blue lighting in the game. This is the only building interior will see use custom heads. I was going to use custom heads a lot, but I decided I'm going to use them as little as I can. It's just because I couldn't figure out a way to make a bongo for the life of me without them. I threw an accordion there, just for fun. You will see, however, I've been making a lot of use of 1.16's new invisible item frames. So we'll head over now to this. I think it's a pawnbroker's, if I am correct. Check out that interior. This was the first interior I actually did in Balmora, and it's one of the ones I'm most proud of. Yep, pawnbroker. This is, I wanted it to look cluttered. In the game, it's not nearly as cluttered, but cluttered enough. I think this, I was gonna rename invisible items in the item frames to be items you find in the game. I've scrapped that since we're on Dwemer's scrap. I cracked myself up. But yeah, this is another case of that. It's I think this was the biography of one of the Daedric princes, and I was going to copy and paste the whole entire text into the book, and it did not work. I cannot Control V into books in Minecraft. So now, actually, as we head over to the Mages Guild, this is the last interior I'll probably show here, I'm going to switch it over to shaders, just so we can get a view of how it looks with the emissive light. Because it looks fantastic. Still might mess with it a little bit just to get it a little bluer. It's just because I'm at a nice balance, I think, that when you use, I think this one doesn't use normal light. When you use normal light, it's kind of white-ish. Yeah, it's still a little blue. So when you use normal light, it's nice and white. But when you use the blue light, since it's dimmer, it appears a lot more blue. So this is the inside of the Mages Guild. This was the first interior. This was not the first interior I did, but the first interior I did that was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a fun project. This is an example of using the invisible item frames. I used tons of them in this interior to truly capture the essence of all the items you see in Morrowind. This is a vendor up here sells soul gems in the game. So if you head down here, this is the real meat and potatoes of the Mages Guild. This is where all the guild members hang out. They have their wares that you can buy and their trade that you can partake in, make spells and make custom potions. I love how this little tiny botanical garden came out. The ceiling in the game is much higher than this, but I didn't feel like I dug this out before I put World Edit on, so I was digging it all by hand, and I didn't feel like digging it lower. So, but it still worked out. Originally the ceiling was not granite, because I did the Fighters Guild after I did the Mages Guild, and this is the floor for the Fighters Guild. It runs right into the Mages Guild. So I had a big fit being upset and finally just said, I'm gotta do what you gotta do. Doesn't look as great, but you know, I had no other choice. Trying to fit everything in because, you know, your interiors are separate cells than exteriors in Morrowind, so they don't care if it overlaps because it doesn't actually exist side by side. So anyway, we are going to head out. I'll leave shaders on just because it's pretty. And we will fly over to our episode 1 starting location. Hopefully the in-game sounds aren't too loud. I don't have the music on normally because when I work on it solo, that's right, because I originally wasn't going to make a Let's Build series, but now I am. Thought it'd be nice. I would normally listen to the Morrowind soundtrack while I build, so I don't have any of the Minecraft music playing. In the future, when we start building, if I do time lapses, I will probably put my own music in, music I create, probably varying genres as well. Normally I play funk, but you know, maybe I'll throw in some neoclassical, maybe even some dungeon synth. You never know. But yeah, the path, this is roughly where Pelagiad, never actually known how to pronounce it, sits, roughly. I may have to move the road when it comes time to build here. We'll see. But anyway, as we follow the road, come between these two small hills, kind of see the bridge over there in the distance, and some well-worn dirtage. We have come to the location of Seydanine. Now I will do some, when time comes, just rough terraforming, just to make it not look so blocky. But I'll probably have to extend all this out more. The height map has a lot of trouble when detecting coastlines. So Seydanine, actually, it was this little mound, that little mound. That over there might have been there. I can't remember. And I think that mound. And I had to fill all this in by hand. This was before I had, the outline. I filled it by hand before I had World Edit. And I realized, I need World Edit. I'm not placing all these grass blocks by hand. So then I filled it in. But I may have to come back here and terraform some more. Probably do that off camera in between now and episode 1. But yeah. So, this concludes our episode 0. Our introduction, so to say, of Let's Build Morrowind. Well, I hope you all have a great, a wonderful, a fantastic day. Signing off.